At the request of Inconvenient Mayo, I will be building a ship from Pearl Harbor, the USS Arizona. And inside these chests are all the blocks you will need to build the ship. Wait, I almost forgot some blocks. Here they are. For the first part of the build, we're going to be building the docks and everything on it. And then we're going to build the ship and then some of the planes and explosions and all sorts of other stuff. Alright, let's build. I will be building the tutorial build to the left of this original build. That way you can see how similar it is to the original one. For the first part of the dock, build out 25 blocks long. This will be the width of the dock. Now that we are done with the width, we can do the second part, which is to build out 100 to 102 blocks. Now that the diagram is done, we can fill it with smooth stone and begin work on the cranes in that little white tower. Once you've counted over to the right 7 blocks, mark it and then count 27 blocks, and on this 27th block, place another copper block. Count out 8 blocks, and on the 8th block, place chiseled copper. Now change the chiseled copper to copper blocks. For the first crane, build up 23 blocks. And for the second crane, build up 22 blocks. On the right tower, build out 8 blocks with a block of copper, then switch to cut copper and build out 5 blocks. On the left crane, do the same thing, but when you get to the cut copper part, only build out 4 blocks. On the left one, count down 8 blocks and then build up diagonally using cut copper. Do the same thing you did here for the crane on the right. At the end of each of the cranes, place 2 chains, and then below those chains, place a barrier block, but if you're on survival, you can do a glass block instead. Now place 2 anvils on the barriers. Place down a lever and surround it in trapdoors. And for the one on the right, do the same thing except place a second lever and surround both of the levers in iron trapdoors. And just like that, the cranes are done. For the white tower, count over to the left 4 blocks, then count out 5 blocks, place down a marker, then replace it with some quartz stairs, then build up about 9 blocks. Place a stair at the top and then build up 11 blocks. Place a stair at the top, then build up 7 blocks. Place one last stair and build up 5 blocks. The rest of the legs will be added later, but first we need to make the top part of the tower. That way we'll know where to place the rest of the legs. On the right and left sides of the tower, build out 8 blocks. Next, connect both of the sides together. In the middle of each line, place one block to signify where the legs will go next. And don't forget to fill in the middle with a block of quartz, or blocks of quartz, whichever you prefer. Now that the base for the top part of the tower is done, you can add the rest of the legs. This is what it should look like once you're done. And it appears that the leg is sitting on some water, so you can always add an extra line of smooth concrete. And now we're going to build up the sides 4 blocks tall. Build up one block and make a square shape out of smooth quartz. On top of the smooth quartz stair, build up 2 blocks using a block of quartz. Inside, build another smooth quartz square, and then place slabs on top of that. Next, make a 2-block tall square with a hole in the middle, and then once you're done with that, you can place stairs on the outside of the perimeter. Congratulations everyone, we are done with the tower and cranes, and now we can begin to work on the battleship. To get this puppy started, build out to the right 11 blocks, then get rid of the line here, and then build out 8 blocks, then destroy the rest. To the right of this block, add 1 more block, then build out 6 blocks. Create a 4-block line like so, then build out 6 blocks. On the left and right side, build out a block, then make the line 7 blocks long. And for this next part, do the same thing you did earlier. Now do the same thing you did earlier yet again. Now for the rest of the ship, build out exactly 53 blocks. Now do the same for the right side. Next, close off the back like so. What we need to do next is add a second layer to this outline. Now that we've added a second layer to the bottom, we can begin building upwards 3 blocks. After a long time building, I have finally made it to the end, and now I can add stone to the bottom of this battleship. All done. Now I can flood the bottom part of the boat with water. Okay, now that's done, we can begin filling in the top area with andesite slabs. The base part of the ship is all done. Now we can begin to place down the railing and netherrack. Cut out a 7-block long and 3-block wide gap. Next, place an iron bar here and go all the way down there. Along this area here, begin to place down some polished andesite slabs. Looking good, everyone. And now it is time to go back to placing some more netherrack. Let's take a break from placing netherrack and start making some turrets. We're going to be building these turrets damaged, and that will save us the work of having to damage them later. Now that the 2 turrets are done, we can begin working on the 2 towers, silo, and crane. Count over 3 blocks to the left, then make a circle formation like so, and then place some walls in the corners. On the 3rd row, begin to add little spaces for battle damage and explosions to come through. That way, when we add the explosions later, it'll be easier to do so. After counting, we'll need to build up 6 blocks on all sides. This will make the tower 10 blocks tall, or at least the base part of it. Now place some slabs around the upper part of the tower. Begin placing stone bricks as seen here. Then on top of those stone bricks, place some redstone repeaters, and in between the bricks, place some brick walls. Once you've filled the middle with stone slabs, we can begin to work on the metal part of the tower, or the iron bar part. Using iron bars, build up 16 blocks. Place all the iron bars at the bottom to show the pattern you'll need to build up with, then build up to the line like so. Good job, guys. Alright, now that you've built all the way up, we can begin to make the top out of black stone slabs. Using black stone blocks, begin making the bottom area. Place some black stone slabs in the corners to complete the look. Count down 4 blocks, and on the 4th one, break it and then place down some andesite slabs. Add some broken gun barrels by the turrets like so. To make the crane, count over to the right 7 blocks, and on the 7th block, create a nice pattern going upwards using oxidized copper and red sandstone walls. At the back of the build up with redstone walls as seen here. Using yellow concrete, build up diagonally 4 blocks and then connect spiderwebs to the very top part. Using some more cobwebs, build down 2 blocks and then place down some barrier blocks like so, or glass blocks, and place an anvil on top of it. Count over to the left 4 blocks, and on the 4th block begin to create a 4x4 circle. Once you've done that, build up 12 blocks, and then do it on all the other sides. Alright, now fill in the middle with coal blocks, and then place cut copper around the outside to complete the look. Since the silo's been complete, we're going to place down 2 armor stands, then make room for more netherrack. Oh, and we can't forget to battle damage the silo. Time to build the second tower, except this time we're going to be making a little bit more battle damage than the first one. Also, make sure to build it 2 blocks away from the silo. We're going to be using quite a bit of netherrack for this tower, that way we can light it on fire later, and it'll really bring the whole damaged look together. Count down 6 blocks, and then begin to build some falling bricks that is going to fall upon this unsuspecting soldier. It's all coming together. I just need to put some netherrack at the top, along with some blackstone slabs and bricks. Quickly add a damaged missile that has blown up this part of the tower. Okay, the tower is all done now. And next we can add the last of the railing to the front part of the ship. Now that we are for the most part done with the railing, we can add the 2 front artillery. Build a 4x4 circle that's 2 blocks away from the second tower. Build the giant gun up by 2 blocks on all sides. Build the gun barrels out by 8 blocks. Do the same thing you did for the other one, except don't build up, and just keep this 4x4 circle small, and then place some polished andesite over top it, and just follow the directions and you should be good. Now use some slabs to cover the top. Count over to the left 7 blocks, and on the 7th block, begin to make your missile, and this is one of 2, by the way. This missile will be the one damaging the giant turret, and it'll also be damaging the ship pretty badly. And now for the second missile. Since the ship's structure has been completed, we can begin to set the ship ablaze using flint and steel and orange terracotta and concrete. Now that we've finished setting the netherrack on fire, we can begin to dress our soldiers. Alright, it's time to create some explosions. Now, what I'm doing here, guys, is making sure the explosion is spreading out, kind of like tree limbs, and making sure the lighter elements of orange concrete are combined with the dark elements of orange terracotta. But remember, guys, just use your imagination and have fun. Well guys, this ship is certainly starting to come together. All we need is a few more explosions on the side, and then some on the top deck as well. The last explosions we have to do are the 2 missiles. Now that the explosions are done, we can begin to work on the Japanese dive bombers. Using cobwebs, build up about 35 blocks, and don't feel bad if you're a block off when you check back at the video. Planes are at varying heights while flying, so you know it's good. We will be building the planes on top of the cobwebs. For the missile, build up about 38 blocks. Once you get to the top, build the missile. And just like that, we have a beautiful missile. Don't forget to build up on top of it 11 blocks because that's where the next plane will go. For this next one, build up about 45 blocks. For this last one, build up 41 blocks, then build diagonally upwards 3 blocks. Then replace the last one with black concrete. Okay everyone, now it is time to build the planes. Just some info for you guys. This plane is a template for all the other planes since they're all the same. So pay attention, kids. Now that the first plane is done, I can show you what it looks like from all sides. Now you guys can make the rest of the planes. Great job on the missiles and cobwebs, guys, and the planes. They look amazing. Now make sure to break your cobwebs up so they look more like smoke. I just don't feel like doing that right now. But there is another thing that we can do, and it's optional, but adding explosions to the inside of the ship. For this part, guys, just use your imagination and connect the explosions to the missiles, and I will show you what mine looks like after I'm done. And this is what my ship looks like after I've done the inside. Remember everyone, just have fun with it. Okay, to get your armor stands to pose, first you want to use this command to give them arms, and then you want to use a different command, this one right here, to give them different poses. And don't worry guys, I will show you the exact numbers needed to pose these guys. Here's the command for the guy at the back of the ship, where the first tower is. And make sure when you're doing this that if you want the left leg to do stuff too, you have to specify it and vice versa. So just wanted to let you guys know. And just like that, all the armor stands are done. And the battle scene looks complete. Congratulations everyone, you completed the USS Arizona. Special thanks to Inconvenient Mayo for suggesting this build. Remember everyone, don't take this build for granted. Many people died on the day of Pearl Harbor, and it was the event that got us into World War II. Hello Inconvenient Mayo, did you think I forgot about your knighting ceremony? Of course not. Let's get started. The build you suggested took me from September all the way till now to complete, and because of that, I'm giving you a custom shield, the mace, and a custom head. Inconvenient Mayo, I now knight you, Sir Inconvenient Mayo. May all your enemies falter at the sight of your mace and shield. See you guys later. Bye.